Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft. As you can see, I've made a couple changes to my base. It is no longer where it was, which was like right here. I have now expanded into this bigger plot of land. A lot of stuff has happened ever since then. A lot of funny stuff, but really I'm just realized that I'm going to be making some videos just about. I've decided basically that I'm going to make a Minecraft video every time something happens with the Oilers. And if I decide to do something about it, such as talking about free agency. So basically, just to give a rundown, I know I'm going to be really late to the party, but our returning players are Connor Brown for 1 times 1, James Hamblin 1.5 times 2 years. So these are dollars per years. Connor Brown's 1 million for a year, 1.5 for 2 years. Corey Perry's back again. Matthias Janmark, Adam Henrique. Now the big ones in this list here are this entire third line: Connor Brown, Matthias Janmark, and Adam Henrique. The fact that we were able to get Janmark back for 3 years and Adam Henrique back for 2 years is big, really big. What was the other guy here? Oh, Troy Stetcher is also on here too. Troy Stetcher could be a really good guy, defenseman as well, especially with our decor, especially with how like on and off CC has been. I definitely think CC could be the chink in the defensive armor right now. He does a lot of good. He did give that beautiful saucer pass to Janmark on the only goal of the Oilers Game 7 loss to the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final. So, yeah. But couple of notable signings really is the additions of Victor Arvidsson and and Jeff Skinner, who I'm going to make the bottom ones maybe a little higher, so we'll go like 4. So basically, to give a short rundown, Jeff Skinner used to be part of the Sabres. Sabres bought out his contract, and he is making marginally less than what he made in Buffalo. But he also has never played a playoff game in Buffalo while he was part of the team. And that's been a storyline for a long time, that the Sabres just haven't had the sort of luck and roster makeup to even crack the playoffs. So, but this free agency was arguably the best free agency the Oilers have had in a long time, I must say. I don't really, maybe like the Oilers hit big with this free agency. Like they hit big, and what I mean by that is that like Jeff Skinner and Victor Arvidsson. Now, granted, Victor Arvidsson has been pretty injury prone these past couple years. He did, however, play throughout the entire series against the Oilers uh, during this past spring while he was part of the LA Kings, who had acquired Fogel from us. So it was almost like a trade, but not. We didn't really lose a lot. I didn't bring any torches, dang it. We didn't really lose a lot. Sure, Fogel had a career year. He's quiet. He's like quietly effective. That's what Fogel is in my eyes. But having a career year is a good thing for you as a player, but for the organization that is trying to keep costs down while keeping the talent pool up, it's really hard to strike a balance that way. I'm gonna put some of these in here so that'll start smelting a bit. I hope these have some of that. I know there's probably a way better way to do this, but this is what I've got so far. So I'll take that. I will also take there's no torches in here. Oh, there is. Great. Awesome. Amazing. Beautiful. What was I saying earlier? I don't quite remember. That's not it. I don't quite remember what I was saying. But Fogel had a career year. Ouch. Fogel had a career year with the Oilers. What, yeah, like 20 goals, 30 something points. He mainly played in the bottom or top nine, I should say. I don't find it really weird that they say like bottom six, top six, and then there's like the top nine and like bottom nine or whatever. Maybe that just refers to like the that just refers to what am I trying to the fifth line almost, because they got four lines and then they have like that extra practice line where the healthy scratches play on. So immediately the Oilers' depth has gotten so much better. Those two signings have worked make this roster arguably one of the best constructed rosters in the NHL. Granted, the goalie we don't have like Stuart Skinner is a good goaltender, right? He is very good goaltender. He can have his off game just like every goalie does, but the fact that he was able to outduel Jake Ottinger when everyone thought that Dallas would have the upper edge in the goalie battle during that series, Stuart Skinner was able to prove him wrong, especially Game 6. Game 6 was the statement that Stuart Skinner was probably the MVP of that series, I must say. Sure, Connor McDavid took the spotlight. He definitely had the spotlight in that series. In that game, I should say, started off with a beautiful, amazing power play goal in the first period. But after that, it was all Skinner. It was all Skinner. That's a game where the Oilers had 10 shots like on goal. Like they barely cracked double digits in that game, while Dallas poured it on with like 35 shots, and Skinner only let in one goal. That is the definition of stealing a game for your team. It would have been really hard to go into Dallas if they gave up in Game 6 like they had in the round prior against Vancouver in Game 1, which I'm still not quite over, but you know what? It's fine. Vancouver was out. We eliminated them in 7 games. It's all good. So, yeah. They now have constructed one of the best rosters, I believe, in the NHL. If Victor Arvidsson can stay healthy, he is a lethal shooter. He had a really good couple years in Nashville. I'm pretty sure he's best well known as being a Predator, along with that sounds so wrong actually. He's best well known for being a Predator. That's really bad for being a Pred, I should say. Make it shorter so that it doesn't sound as weird. With Mattias Ekholm. So, and then Jeff Skinner, obviously his contract got bought out. Apparently he was pretty close to choosing a couple of other teams, such as Vancouver. But when you have the chance to play with McDavid, how can you not pass up that opportunity? Sure, you could put your ego first and ask for more money somewhere else, which I'm pretty sure teams would be willing to pay for, but not to the exorbitant amount that you had before in your prior contract with 9x9 down there in Buffalo. But when you're getting paid, what was it, 3 million for 1 year to play with McDavid, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Where is it? Jeff Skinner, 3x1. Yep. And then we have Victor Arvidsson for 2 years. Now, again, assuming Victor Arvidsson stays healthy, he's had some back issues, some injury issues these past couple years. He can be a really great right winger for Draisaitl, because it took us a darn long time to find a winger for McDavid, and now since we found Hyman, we've had to do the same for Draisaitl. Draisaitl has not had a winger that is, I guess, worthy of the skills that Draisaitl possesses, such as maybe getting inside and giving options to Draisaitl for plays. Kyler Yamamoto did that as really well. That whole Nugent Hopkins, Kyler Yamamoto, Draisaitl line back in like 2019, 2020 was really good for them. Arguably better than whatever who McDavid had on his wing. Who do you have on his wing? Like Cassian and he had some other people. I don't remember who was on his wing at that time, but basically that was like one of the best lines in hockey during that time. Was the Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto line. So now they found not one, but two skilled veteran players in Victor Arvidsson and Jeff Skinner. Seemingly have fallen right into their lap. I'm pretty sure LA didn't want to take the risk with Arvidsson being injury prone, especially his record over the past couple years, especially when the Kings have made the playoffs. Um, but I'm sure that if he stays healthy, he will make a big impact on the wing. Same with Jeff Skinner. Like I'm pretty sure Jeff Skinner is one of the more underrated players in the league, and it was just so happens that his contract um, was talked about more than his skill set, because there's no way that he would be signing a contract that big if he did not have the skills to back it up. Although he did fall off a little bit after that, and I don't know whether it was a product of bad management on the behalf of the Buffalo Sabres, or whether he had like players like he played with Jack Eichel, he played with a lot of other players that were really good, but he kind of just fell off, from what I remember. But all I know is that like he's underrated is the best adjective I can probably use to define Jeff Skinner. Which is cool because we have two Skinners on the team. So that's gonna be fun. But as it stands right now, like we have McDavid as our first centerman, Draisaitl as the second centerman, Adam Henrique as the solid, dependable third centerman, and we have Ryan McLeod moving down to the fourth centerman. Now, McLeod could have had a better year. Like, I see the potential in him, but he just has to he has to gain another level, is what I believe, because he has the speed, and arguably he might be faster than McDavid, but it's the fact that he doesn't want to get down and dirty in the corners. He does a stop up. He does like a button hook every single time he gains the zone, and then he dumps it in. It's like, take a shot. If you've seen this before, McLeod will burst into the zone with a ton of speed. He will either go around the nets, or he will button hook and then pass it back to the point, or dump it down low where it becomes a turnover and an easy breakout for the other team, because the because the his wingers, I should say, or his other offensive people are not ready, or have not caught up yet, or are still changing, and then it becomes an automatic turnover. It's kind of like I've seen it so many times. It happened so many times before. And don't get me wrong, McLeod is very skilled. Like, he's really, really good. I just want him to, gain that extra level. He's like McDavid light. Like, if there was literally a term for McDavid light, it's Ryan McLeod. He has the speed to transport the puck. He's got the skills, he's got the shiftiness, but he just doesn't use it like McDavid does. Now, granted, I am comparing someone to McDavid, who arguably is one of the best players in the NHL, if not the best by consensus, right? Sure, we can get all into about how like McKinnon's better or Kucherov's better, but each one of them are great in their own respects. Okay, like there's no reason to get all up in arms about who is the best player. Um, who won the Hart Trophy? I don't even know. I think it was Nathan McKinnon. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter who is the best player like in the league. I think that just is that's just a some like that is just something to argue about year after year. And arguably, like the best overall big player, I think is it's hard to say. I am biased toward McDavid because he is on my hometown Oilers team, but I can respect that Nathan MacKinnon does have a good argument as well. Him and McDavid are very much alike, but very much different as well. Nathan MacKinnon is more intense. He seems to be more on his teammates, while McDavid is sort of the quiet leader type. He's not really one to get um, confrontative, but not that MacKinnon doesn't. But I feel like MacKinnon demands excellence, while McDavid sort of helps usher everyone along. You know, that's just kind of what I get from like rumors and stories and like not rumors. It's just basically in general stories. I have a lot of stuff. I don't need that. I need building materials because I'm gonna be making some pillars for the new house. I need materials. I need materials. I need materials. I need. What don't I need? I don't need tough. I wish the Minecraft music would come back. It's kind of lonely. Whew. Now they are running it back with Calvin Pickard and Stuart Skinner. They bought out all of Jack Campbell's contract, which we wouldn't really be talking about if Jack Campbell turned out to be that goalie that could be the backstop for them. He is a good guy. He definitely didn't have the best year. Probably the first game of the season didn't really help, and then like the immediate 4-3 loss after as well, where he was also the starter, I believe. But I think it was time for Skinner to shine, uh, because it definitely was Skinner's time to take over the net. He felt the most ready. He's like what 25, so he's just entering his prime. He still has much to learn, but he's had 2 years of meaningful playoff experience. 2 years of meaningful playoff experience, right? He's gone through trials and tribulations. He got pulled during the Vancouver series. He proved that he could be their number one in Game 6 and 7, which was a ballsy move by Chris Knobloch, no doubt. Like I definitely had my reservations about that move when it came down to it, but Pickard definitely kept them in there. You know, he did. His record was 1-1, but he provided the reset needed for Skinner to elevate his game because in Game 6 he did well until the Oilers almost collapsed in Game 7. Sorry, I should say. He did really well in Game 7 before the Oilers almost collapsed. Now, the Oilers almost didn't survive Game 7 in Vancouver due to their mental defensive lapses, which they did take with them to the Dallas series, where they kind of learned that they have to play a full 60-minute game. And to be honest, I don't really remember. Actually, no, there are a couple games where the Oilers played like a full 60, like the 8-1 uh, demolition of the Florida Panthers in Game 4. Definitely the Game 5 win against the Panthers in Game 5 as well. That was definitely a big game for them as well. Sorry, I'm just recording late at night. What other games? They played a really good game against Dallas in Dallas. I think that was Game 5 as well. That was one of the better games that they had. Um, Game 6 was also a really good game in Edmonton. What was it, 5-1? That was that game. I'm just going to talk about this too. Like, I did some. I kind of got into a little bit of sports betting, but that's only because I felt it was the. There's a zombie in here. Why is there a zombie in here? Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Don't explode. Don't explode. Yes. I really should light this up. Huh. There. So go over here. This is my massive storage silos. Go back here and patch this up. I'm gonna have to change all the freaking. I'm gonna have to change all the measurements. No, it's not that bad, anyways. And so, I believe that the Oilers have gone 3. Let's go 4. The Oilers have gone better. This trade deadline was not trade deadline. Free agency was one of the best in recent years ever since Zach Hyman came on board. Because who did we get last year in free agency? I'm not too sure. I remember. Oh dear. Who did we get last year in free agency? Maybe. I think it was Matthias Jan. No, Janmark was there before. Anyways, I'm just gonna talk about other stuff now. Yeah, sports gambling. I did a little bit of it. I don't really condone anyone do this, but I felt that it was my last sort of opportunity for me and my beliefs that if the Oilers were to pull off a miracle, that not only would they get something out of it, that I would get something out of it as well. Whether call that being greedy or call that being playing the odds, as I did play the odds every night after game 3. I put down a $50 bet for the Oilers to win the series, and that at the time had an 1100, a plus 1100 odd, plus 1100's odds, which would have netted me a grand total of, if they pulled off the comeback, $600. Sure, I could have put more. Should I put in more? Probably not. No, I didn't really need to. I don't need to make myself go broke. I'm not like one of those gambling idiots, addicts that will just throw away all my life's possessions at it. Yeah, I think that's much better to act as like a pillar rather than short little stubby foot over there. It also looks much more proportionally better than that did. So, oh man. Can I get some music, please? I would like some music. So I've kind of completed all my farms. I need to just... Is this getting charcoal? Is this even smelting? It's not even smelting. Of course it's not smelting. Yeah, of course it's not smelting. Because there's rails in there. That's not good. That's because I need coal. I need coal, guys. I need coal. You know what? I'm just gonna doop, 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 doop. I haven't gone like for a significant mining session in a while. That's a lie, I actually did, but coal is really hard to come by when you're very down in the dark, deep down, like I was trying to get some more diamonds. This is my big ass farm. Kind of trying to make it all automated. I should probably make some of these potatoes into baked potatoes, so I have a better source of food. So I also have, oh, this is nice. Where do all these slabs keep coming from? Like, every now and then there's just slabs. I should turn these into the emeralds. There's really no use for poisonous potato. You can't even put it inside the freaking... You can't even put it inside of a compost where it should go. Like, what the heck? Speaking of coal. One. One measly bit. One measly bit of coal. I'm going to need a lot more. Boop. There you go. Sun is setting. I am building support structures for my build. How many do I need? One more? Yeah, one more each. Boop boop. 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 Ow. That hurt quite a bit. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. So I will just kind of take, my platform that I definitely do have and use it to talk about the Oilers because I like talking about the Oilers. They're my favorite team, home team for a reason. Um, ah, that hurt. Ouch, that hurt even more. I really need to I'm gonna make this all look real pretty and nice, and sugar and spice and everything nice. So just you wait, and that way you'll only get to see it if there are any news about the Oilers. Speaking of them, speaking of one in particular, Adam Henrique, the reliable two-way center, doesn't really play a major role, but definitely plays a role. Actually, no, he doesn't. He does play a big role because he is arguably the most relied upon center other than McDavid, maybe. Because, of course, everyone will rely on Draisaitl. That's just a given. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4? How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't get in the way. Hi. Hey, Iron Golem. Get him. Oh, sweet. He died. I should open this up. Yeah, Adam Henrique. I loved his game. His game in the playoff was really, really good. He is reliable. He doesn't really make many mistakes, which is good. Um, Definitely an upgrade over Ryan McLeod at center on that third center line role, and just the fact that they brought back the whole entire third line of Connor Brown, Matthias Janmark, and Adam Henrique, who, by the way, probably was one of the better lines in the entire NHL playoffs, for the Oilers at least. They don't rarely make mistakes. They kill penalties. All three of them are notable penalty killers. Matthias Janmark, Connor Brown, they have chemistry like no other, and they outscored the Florida Panthers power play 2-1, and they did that on the penalty kill. Do you know how hard it is to score on a penalty kill? It is very hard. Very, very hard. And yet they did it twice. Not only during the Panthers series, but also during other series. Like Dallas. And what? Did they do it against Vancouver as well? I don't know. But they really came alive in the later stages of the playoffs. They really showed their mettle and showed them why that there's penalty killing is not a demotion. Penalty killing is not a demotion. It is a chance for you to make an impact in other ways, such as scoring a goal on the penalty kill. Whee! And doing it well, like just scoring, not even just scoring, just doing your job and doing it well. which is what they did multiple times in multiple series. The fact that the Oilers broke an NHL record for most consecutive penalty kills in an entire playoffs is nothing short of amazing. It's amazing how much they accomplished in this playoff. McDavid breaking the record for Gretzky, breaking one of Gretzky's records. Not many players can say they've broken a record that Gretzky has kept ever since he retired. What, more than 30 assists in an entire postseason? That is insanity. Insanity. And the fact that McDavid was able to do that and lead his team to the Stanley Cup Finals, nothing short of legendary. The only thing is that they accomplished a lot, they did not accomplish what they truly wanted. Was this a successful year? 100%. 100% it was a successful year. It was the farthest that they made ever since 2006, which coincidentally was the last time that the home team won a game 7 or won the last time that a home team won a game 7 in the Stanley Cup final. Also, the game took place on the very day that Ryan Nugent Hopkins was drafted first overall in 2011. It also happened in the building where McDavid was drafted first overall in 2015. Coincidentally, was also the place where Sam Reinhart was drafted third overall by... Why Florida? Or am I thinking of Buffalo? I'm not too sure. But I will just keep these here just because I don't know what to do with these potatoes, man. Like, you know what? I'll take a stack and I'm going to put it in the super smelter. Because I need food that isn't freaking, what's it called? I need food that isn't just potatoes. What am I saying? I need food that isn't. You catch my drift? No, you don't. I definitely think the Oilers have more pressure on them. Sure, they could look at it the way that Florida did. But I think what attributed to the Oilers' season being as successful as it was the horrendous start that they got off to at the beginning. Now, if you follow my podcast, Initial F, links in the description, definitely should check it out. Trying to get out some more interesting, more engaging videos, topics, blah 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 blah. Humble ad read right here. I predicted that they wouldn't even make the playoffs. Now, at the time, it seemed like it was going to be very true. 2 more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As they had gone 2-9-1 and had just fired their coach. Ow. So everyone really wrote them off and didn't expect much from them throughout the entire season. Which they then took that and said, "Freak you" to the entire league and went on a record-breaking Canadian, how many is this? 5? I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4, guys. It's 4. Ow. Record-breaking Canadian win streak. By that, I mean they won 6. They were the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, then gotta go out, up, and then take this down. Boom. They won 60. They were the first Canadian team in NHL history to win 16 in a row. 16 regular season wins. Have I wished that they went on that tear during the playoffs? Absolutely, 100%. 16 wins is what you need to win the Stanley Cup, right? You need to win 16 times. Doesn't matter in any fashion. You just need to win. Which, unfortunately, they did not. And the thing about them is that they looked hesitant. They looked very hesitant during Game 7. And I attribute that to uh, basically them having to go... Ow! Hello? Why isn't things smelting? Why isn't things cooking? I'm very hungry, you see, and resources. Oh, it's taking. That's why it's taking long. Let's just pop that in there instead, and then we'll pop that after. They looked hesitant, is all I'm saying. They looked really hesitant during Game 7. Not a look you want to see. They didn't have the assertion, they didn't have the confidence that they had from Game 6, even though there was roughly about 5,000 Oilers fans that flew down and flew in just to watch them in Game 7, where they unfortunately came up short. They were 2 shots away from glory, 1 shot away from tying the game. Not for lack of trying, they had their chances, they just could not bury, which is a shame. That one save that Bobrovsky did, and that one scramble, everyone knows it really. That was the game, basically. That was the game right there. It was there for them to take it, but unfortunately, the puck gods, hockey gods, just decided it was not their time yet. It wasn't their time, which is fine. Like Gretzky said, McDavid is too good to not win a cup. He's going to win a cup. And from the looks of it, Edmonton will do anything to make sure that it is here. As he and Draisaitl have both... Owie! He and Draisaitl both made it clear. This is from what reporters have been saying, that they want to stay here in Edmonton and win here in Edmonton. And I feel like McDavid kind of sort of owes it to Gretz in almost a way, because of that one-on-one interview that they did for GQ, I think, where they had that one-on-one, and Gretzky was like, "You're gonna win a cup. You're too good to not win a cup." 3, 4. 3. Bop, 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 bop. Is it 5? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went one too high. And you know what? I would have gotten a tattoo. I definitely would have gotten a tattoo if they won the cup. I probably would have got something small, nothing too big, but I would have done it because that would have been a formative memory in my life. And instead, I broke the headband my girlfriend gave me, and I went outside and screamed to the heavens a whole bunch of obscenities and things that you should not say out loud, and definitely set a bad example for some people. But people definitely would understand because it's the playoffs. You wanted your team to ultimately come out the best. Congrats to Florida for winning their first ever championship, but if the Oilers won, the Florida Panthers would definitely have had taken the worst of it, losing 2 years in a row to Western Conference teams, and even worse, blowing a 3-0 lead in games, which would have been perfect for us. It would have been perfect because Stanley Cup parade would have happened on July 1st, most likely. And yeah, it would have just been good. It would have been good. It would have been great. It was perfect. Perfect. But alas, it was not meant to be. Not yet, at least. Not yet. The window is still very much open. And I think it will stay open until basically they decide to leave or something catastrophic happens, which I don't really foresee that happening. I do think, however, that Evander Kane's time in Edmonton is done. Apparently, he battled through like a lacerated spleen, also through a sports hernia. So, and to be fair, Kane, Kane, Kane's time in Edmonton was good. It was very memorable. It was definitely a risk to take Kane on, but Edmonton embraced him, got him back to being like, the skilled player that he knows he is. But unfortunately, some injuries took him off of that. I especially 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Especially after the wrist injury that he had undergone. I'm 1 too high. So, but yeah, Evander Kane's time at Edmonton was real good. Very memorable. I think his run in the 2022 playoffs, especially in the Calgary series, definitely one of the best some of the best hockey that Kane has probably played in his career. But I think his time is done in Edmonton, which is unfortunate because I did like him, but he was just a defensive liability. Every time he touched the puck, he would just be like a clear with no intention or whatever, but that's the way that hockey works sometimes. Sometimes you can have a really good year one year and then really bad year another year. Like a Jeff Skinner. So yeah. How's my build coming along? I think it's coming along pretty good. I may or may not put another pillow over there, but I don't know. I will have to make this look much prettier than it is. But that will have to wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's exciting is that the NHL the NHL has already released the schedule for I think every team next year already, and the Oilers start their season with a. Is this taller than I thought? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. What the frick? I think they start against some like arbitrary East Coast team. I don't remember. And then they welcome Connor Bedard into Rogers Place again. So second game of the season, we get to see Connor McDavid versus Connor Bedard, and that'll be definitely quite the show. I will definitely try to get out to more games next year, as I've only went to a couple this year. Definitely not as much as I thought I would. So I'm definitely going to try my best to get out a little bit more, because watching McDavid in person is just a thing of beauty. Absolute thing of beauty. Why are you like this tall? I just need to add like one more on top. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta say, I've been really enjoying Minecraft. Really been enjoying Minecraft. No one else is on the server right now. It's just me. I'm just building. Kind of just, again, well, I'm just reiterating what I said before. I'm kind of just decided that if I want to just talk about hockey, talk about the Oilers, I'll just talk about Minecraft, turn on the camera, and just do whatever I want to do, I can do whatever I want to do. One, two, three. Pop, 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 pop. Yay! All the pillars are done. Well, except for the main big one, but you know what? It's fine, it's fine. And it's gonna, it's all gone. Na, 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 na. But anyways, that might be it for this edition of talking about the Oilers while playing Minecraft. I will probably just end it here. You know, it'll probably look a whole lot different next time if there's any news about the Oilers. I guess a couple of things I should say is that the only contract I don't really like is Corey Perry signing 1.4 for one, which seems like a really arbitrary number. I should not really arbitrary, a really big amount for a 38, probably 30, turning 39 next year, who doesn't really contribute that much unless it's like contributing in the room, which it could be that's all he's there for. But that 1.4 could have gone to a more effective fourth liner rather than Corey Perry, or even have been used to giving someone a raise. But I think Corey Perry just wants to win one more before he's done, because he is really close to being done, like really close. You can see, everyone can see it. He was kind of exposed during the cup final, you know. He's been around it for a while, but it's definitely time for him to hang up the laces soon. So yeah, I will leave it at that for now. I'll probably remember things that I did want to say, but I'll forget them eventually. I'll leave you with this sunset. Bye.